Hello, welcome to Inside Grand Prix TV. We got the latest F1 news for you.
The cause of much excitement recently, Michael Schumacher's overtaking of Fernando Alonso in Monaco. The press in England mocked the German, which was actually nothing new. Though there was a surprising reaction from Stirling Moss. He defended Schumacher, saying he'd have done the same. The rules are confusing and any good driver would normally put his foot down on green, said Moss. The FIA has now reacted to the criticism and intends to amend the rules. Mercedes GP had already announced in a press conference that they won't be appealing against the penalty. And staying with Mercedes GP, they might not have the fastest car, but they have got the fastest pit crew. According to a Motorsport magazine's analysis, the Mercedes driver spent the least time in the pits per tire change. Nico Rosberg appreciates the importance of such pit lane duels. The way it is this year, the duels are being fought in the pits as well. That means that the time you spend on pit stops is much more important than it was before, as the race can now be decided not just on the track but in the pits too. Championship leaders Red Bull fared less well, making too many mistakes and proving to be slower than several others. Slower, but perhaps also more observant, having spotted a defect on the chassis of Sebastian Vettel's car. The team management are calling it a minor fault and saying nothing more. However, for the upcoming race in Istanbul, Vettel will be getting a completely new chassis, not least in the hope that this time he can keep up with Mark Webber. In Monaco, the Australian was clearly stronger than the German. And so to other news, Formula 1 in 60 seconds. Bernie in America. The Monticello Motor Club has applied to stage the US Grand Prix. The circuit is 6.5 kilometers long, has 22 corners and is about a 2-hour drive from New York. Bernie Ecclestone and circuit designer Hermann Thielke have already been out to take a look. Their first impressions? Positive. At least, not last. David Coulthard and Mika Häkkinen recently took part together in the Mille Miglia. The duo drove a Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing in the rally from Brescia on Lake Garda to Rome, with some success, finishing in 318th place, so well inside the top 400. Sexy safety car. The Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG has been voted Germany's most beautiful car. Around 100,000 readers of a motoring magazine took part in the survey, which covered 103 new cars.
Coming up, the Bramble Break Facts. But first, the latest news from the grid.
The Turkish Grand Prix is the first race this year that's run anti-clockwise. Since 2005, Felipe Massa has already won here 3 times, while last year's winner was Jenson Button. The width of the track is quite striking and the Istanbul Park circuit is actually rated as good for overtaking.
Istanbul überholen? Jein.
Overtaking in Istanbul? Yes and no. There are certainly some chances, like the very long straight. But the fact that the chicane is fairly fast at the exit and you can't bunch up much means that it's not a lot better than any other tracks.
Andere Rennstrecken auch.
And so to the hardest braking point of the Turkish Grand Prix, entering turn 7. According to the Brembo engineers, each car slows down here by around 216 kilometers an hour, discharging a full 2,213 kilowatts of energy. Up to 5.1 G pull at the driver as he pushes down with 150 kilograms onto the brake.
That's all for today. See you soon here at Inside Grand Prix TV. Bye bye!